You've lived a life dominated by doubt and fear. How do you step into bravery?
I think if you don't have anything on your calendar that scares you, that makes you nervous, you actually hate your life.
Also, just attack fear wherever you see it.
Rise and shine, it's Espresso time. What's up, Believe Nation? It's Evan. I believe in you, and this channel is designed to be a part of your daily success routine. So let's start your day off right together. Grab your coffee and sip on today's message. Step aggressively towards your fear. Over to you, Jocko Willink. Also, if you want to know what Jocko Willink and other successful entrepreneurs have to say about building unstoppable confidence, check out my 254 Confidence series, where every day for the next 254 days, I will send you a morning video for free to help you build your confidence. The link to join is in the description below.
People want to know how to stop the laziness, and they want to know how to stop the procrastination.
I wake up every morning. Espresso keep me going. I wake up every morning.
You've lived a life dominated by doubt and fear. How do you step into bravery? Step. That's how you step into bravery. Step. Take the step. Step aggressively towards your fear. And that step towards your fear is the step into bravery. Because we're scared of what we don't know. And there is only one way to learn and to know, and that is to confront that fear. You have to step, you have to go. And this simple action, this simple attitude, it answers so many questions. So many questions. How do you get to the gym every day? You step. You go. How do you change your diet? You step. You go. How do you overcome fear of failure, or fear of success, or fear of fear itself? You step. And how do you face the fear of the unknown? You step. Don't wait anymore. Don't think anymore. Don't plan anymore. Don't contemplate anymore. Don't make any more excuses or justifications. Don't rationalize anything else. No, no, and no. Instead, be aggressive. Take action now. And what is the first action that you need to take? What's the first step you need to take? The first step you need to take is just that. Step.
You need to give yourself permission to fail. You need to give yourself permission to make mistakes. You need to give yourself permission to lose. Why? Because failing and knowing is better than not knowing and regretting. And you won't figure this out sitting on the couch. You cannot think your way through this. You need to step. So I look at the tour that I have coming up. We're hitting 23 cities in 90 days, and I'm afraid. I'm afraid of going and putting on these events and it failing and nobody showing up. I'm afraid, not that I won't be able to bring value, because I think even if one person shows up, we're going to have the greatest time of all time, and I'm going to move that person. They will shift. Whoever shows up is in for a life-changing experience, 1,000%. But I'm still afraid that people won't show up. I'm afraid that I'm going to disappoint people. That's my greatest fear, is letting somebody down. It ends up being a strength in that I over-deliver, so I always bring so much so I don't let people down, but that's my fear. And as a result, I'll do things that play small compared to what I should be doing. The idea for the paid tour came when I went to New York and I did a fan meetup at a New York coffee shop, and we had too many people show up and people couldn't hear me and people didn't have seats, and it's a great problem to have. I went actually feeling great from that. Like, man, this is amazing. We had too many people at the coffee shop. It's awesome. And then I went to go see my agent for dinner right away afterwards and he says, "You suck. You're playing too small. You know, you're afraid to take a bigger risk. You should be charging for these things." And the idea of charging for 23 different events consecutively in 90 days and trying to sell those tickets freaked me out. I was afraid. And so I had to do it. Like, how do you conquer the fear? You step. And we may sell out some events and we may have one person show up to each event. I'm going to bring my best regardless. But it's stepping into that fear. It's feeling the fear and stepping into it. It's not, don't be afraid. I think if you don't have anything on your calendar that scares you, that makes you nervous, you actually hate your life. Like, if you're playing life so safe that there's nothing on your calendar that scares you, you have a pretty boring life. You think your life is boring, not me. You don't like your life if you're not stretching, if you're not growing, if you're not doing something that is different and that makes you a little bit scared or nervous. And so everything great is on the other side of that fear. Everything that you want, all the goals that you have for yourself are on the other side of your convenience and your fear. It doesn't mean that it's going to work out. It doesn't mean that stepping into the fear means that it's absolutely 100% going to work out. It may not. But every time you step into the fear, every time you do the thing that you're afraid of, you get closer to hitting your goal. Not stepping in, staying where you are, sitting on the couch, planning all these alternatives, means you stay where you are. Means you're never going to hit your goals. And so step into the fear. Even if you don't care about that thing, stepping into the fear just for the sake of developing the identity that I am the kind of person who steps into fear, that when faced with fear, you have two options. When faced with fear, do you rise to the occasion and step into it? Or when faced with fear, do you go home and cry? Do you take the safe route? Do you take the cowardly route? Because that's a really important moment. Because if you're faced with fear and your history has always been, I shy away, that's the identity you build for yourself. And that's dangerous. You want to build the identity that I'm the person who steps into it. That I'm the person who does not want to live with regret. That I can handle the failure. I can handle it not working out. I can handle potential embarrassment. But I can't handle not knowing and living the rest of my life with regret. So I'm going to give you the 3-step process to step into the next biggest fear in your life and start making some major momentum happen for you. Number 1, what's the next big step that you need to take in your life or business? What's the next big step? Like, what is the thing that you need to do that scares you? It's a big step. When you think about it, wow, that's too big. What is that next big step that when you're feeling bold and confident, when you've gone to an event or watched a video, you feel inspired and say, yeah, I could do that. I deserve to do that. I have the skills. I have the talent. I should be playing at that level. And I'm frustrated that I'm still here. What is that next big step for you? Step number 2, what are the logical reasons that you're telling yourself why you can't get it? We always have this story. I can't do it because I'm not good enough yet, because I don't have the resources yet, because this president's in power, because whatever. There's always some reason. What are the logical reasons that are based in facts? You not having the right education can be a limitation. If the story was totally illogical, then it's easy to poke holes in it, but they're based in facts. These stories, these logical reasons why you won't win are based on something that is actually true. So what are the logical reasons why you can't go off and accomplish your big goal that we set in question number 1? And step number 3, what is the real fear that's underneath it all? And how are you going to step into it? Underneath all those logical reasons is fear. Really, if you get honest with yourself, you keep asking yourself, why? Why am I not willing to do it? Other people have done it. Other people with less resources, with less talent, with less skill, with less ability, with less connections, they've done it. They've done it. You haven't. Why? What are you so afraid of? What's that big fear that you are so afraid of? Let's put the logical reasons to the side. They're based in reality. They're based in facts, but it's not the actual truth why you are not making more progress. What's the fear? And then what are you going to do today to step into it? Now I've got a really special bonus clip that I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, question of the day. I want to know, what is that big fear you're facing and what are you going to do today to step into it? Let me know. Put it in the comments below. Let's get some momentum together. I want to see it.
Also, just attack fear wherever you see it, even when it's trivial, even when it's some kind of, we were just, before we got on here, we talked about the fear of the number 13, trigotrichophobia. Like, if you're afraid of 13, you know what you need to do? You need to put 13s all over your house. You know, you need to like sit in 13s. You need to go to the 13th, demand to be on the 13th floor of every hotel and every airplane, because you got to get over that, because that is telling yourself that there's something irrational that should control you. And if you believe there's something that's irrational that should control you, that will apply universally. So wherever you find fear specifically that's out of balance with actual danger, like I'm not saying touch a hot stove or put your hand in a rattlesnake cage, like there's danger there, that's not fear. But 13, no danger. You know, that's not real. So go collapse that. If there's a fear of crickets like I have, or fear of like whatever it is, collapse fear wherever you see it. And that specific collapse will help with the universal collapse of fear in general.
If you want more Jocko Willink, check out the Jocko Willink motivation video I made. The link is right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
Where does discipline come from? It's pretty simple.